Oh, hey guys. Anyhow. So yeah. Still working on the project. Just doing another update partially because I'm just, bored, taking a break. Taking a quick break. And I'm not bored. I'm bored in the sense of like, it's going to be another 117 degree day. And so I'm just kind of trapped in a sense in my air-conditioned trailer because nobody likes to go outside when it's 117 degrees. I don't care who you are. And I mean, I would like to go outside, but once I get out there, I don't really enjoy it that much. Which is why I'm working on this, because I know what summers are like here. And so, yeah, since I'm going to be forced to quarantine by the sun, by the heat of the sun. Funny how natural law forces people to quarantine. But whatever, who cares about that, right? So anyway, I'll show you again the progress. Progress is always very slow. Has been my experience whenever I'm working on anything. Progress is always slow, but usually, or not always, but usually. So let's go over the progress again, shall we? Let's see. Okay, so I did this. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, so I put in this. It's the details, right? The fucking details. I put in that because I just want to do it right. If I don't do it right the first time, then it's just gonna always be, like if I didn't put that in now, I never will, and then it'll just be fucking shit. It'll look shitty. So I put that in on that side, and then over here, oops, what the fuck? And then over here on this side, up here. So I still have to paint this plate and then screw it in. But so I did that. And then I put the final ledge in here. So now the ledge goes all the way across. And I put in the window frame. You can't really see it that well because of the sun. So I still got to put the curtain up there. And then I put in the little final touches on the counter. I put that there, and that there. Straightened all that up and zipped it down. And then, as I said, I did the drawers. And so the drawers are pain in the ass because I did the drawers, but then they're like, they don't slide on the floor very well, etc., etc. And so, but these are like 3 foot deep drawers. So okay, so you got that one there, that one there. I built these just by repurposing the fucking, the closet walls and bathroom walls that I tore out. I just repurposed. So this was part of the walls to, I don't know, either the closet or the bathroom. Or no, actually these were doors. These were doors. That's right. So I cut up the doors. So like as you can see, this motherfucker it's 3 feet. So it goes the entire length or width of my bed, which is good because that's a lot of extra storage space. And I can never say it enough. If you're nomading and boondocking and van dwelling or any kind of shit like that, every single fucking inch counts. Period, as Richie from Boston would say, period, Now, if you're just going camping or whatever, or you're some hobbyist that likes to go nomad for a couple months and then go back home, well then you're a fucking pussy, so get the fuck out of here. No, but I'm just, then you don't understand what I'm doing. You don't understand that every inch counts. If you're just a hobbyist that likes to go nomading for a couple months and then go back home. You don't understand that every inch fucking counts, okay? So, to people that have done this nomading shit, like really lived it, truly, you know every single fucking inch counts, which is why I built these. Every fucking inch. Dude, that's 3 feet width of bed right there. So there's 3 feet under here of fucking storage space that's just getting wasted if I don't use it. And drawers are pretty much the only way, dude. Otherwise, what, you're gonna bury a bunch of shit way back in the back of the bed, and then when you go to get it, you're gonna have to fucking dig it out. So anyways, so this is a pain in the ass. So I had to cut the blanket right there so that the drawer doesn't get caught on the fucking blanket. And then what I'm gonna do, because as you can see, I mean, it works, like it'll slide, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put sliders on it. So I'm gonna put sliders, let's see. I'm gonna put sliders on the bottom of it. These ones I'm not gonna use. I'm gonna use the ones that have the smooth plastic, and I'm just gonna fucking, screw sliders on each corner of the drawers, and then it'll slide smoothly. I don't have to. I mean, it works good enough now, but whatever. I'm just gonna, So anyways, I'm probably gonna cut that side of the blanket too, just because I don't, because it was getting caught on the blanket. But anyway, yeah, so I built these, okay? And then because I'm repurposing all this old wood, this is what I had for the front of the drawers, and this wood is like super brittle and fragile and very easy to get slivers, and so that's just another pain in my ass. So I had to get the fucking sandpaper. This morning I realized I can't cut corners on this because I'm going to end up with slivers, and then I'm going to be pissed, and I'm going to have to go back and do it later anyway. So I might as well just do it now and get it the fuck over with. And because I'm not overachiever, I could have pulled the drawers out and I could have moved all this shit out of the way so that I could completely pull the drawers out, so that I could get the sandpaper and take them outside and sand them and do all this. But I'm like, fuck that. All I need to sand is the fucking the face of the drawer, because that's where the brittle wood is. The rest of this, it doesn't matter. It's not going to give me slivers. So I just grabbed the sandpaper and sat down on the floor and sanded these fuckers. Good enough. Only good enough, That's it. Good enough, right? And so yet still, even after sanding it, good enough, I can still feel the potential of slivers, like very easily. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm done sanding because I'm not gonna fucking spend all day sanding this shit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a coat of paint over the front of these drawers, okay, and then it'll be a lot less likely I get slivers. Like the coat of paint will act as a buffer to and then that'll be it. But like I said, no. So remember, I don't know if you saw that I said I was going to build these, and I had all the shit cut up and everything. My measurements were mostly correct, which is good, easier for me. And yeah, they're both 3 feet deep. So I got, so plenty of storage space, and I'm telling you, bro, this is a necessity. A total necessity, especially also, see, my coffee table's in the way. So this storage will be more for like seasonal shit that I only have to get to like, during the season, like winter or summer. That way I don't have to get into this drawer too much. But I can put, stuff in the front that I can access easy. But the back of the drawer, I'll put seasonal shit. That way I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, this shit is essential, man. And so it's funny too. So like one of my buddies, he's just like, whatever. He actually came over here and he stayed for like a week and a half. And so he stayed in my old trailer that I moved out of because I kept the air conditioner in there. And, he just came out here to pick up some stuff that he had left years ago. And, but the whole time, all he did was sit in that air conditioned trailer. He couldn't even come out. It was so hot. All he could do was just sit next to the air conditioner in that trailer all day. And meanwhile, I'm busting my ass working on this shit, right? And so then I'm talking to him on the phone the other day, and he's like, "So are you getting done decorating your place?" And I'm like, "This is what this guy thinks I'm doing, decorating." I'm just like, dude, you don't even. So I just had to bite my tongue. I'm like, yep. It's ridiculous. Like people don't even understand. See, he doesn't understand what it's like to be out here when it's 125 fucking degrees outside. He doesn't even understand it, and he's not interested in understanding it, which is fine. But so whatever. But and so like when I'm sanding these fucking drawers, it's not for decoration. It's because I'm gonna get slivers in my hand when I go to grab the fucking drawer handle. Okay? And putting a coat of paint over the front of these fucking is not for decoration. It's because to prevent slivers. Like, unbelievable. So everything I'm doing this is not for decoration. Like, dude, okay, the bathroom was right here and the closet was right here. I did not rip that shit out for decoration, okay? I did not beef up all of this area where the bathroom and the closet was for decoration. It's just ridiculous. People are fucking like brain dead. People are just so brain dead. So, and I can go in and explain all of this, how none of this has, there is, it's function with fashion, because I don't want my place to be ugly. Because when the 125 degree weather in the summer forces me to quarantine in my little trailer, I don't want to be sitting in a fucking shitty ass, retarded, ugly looking piece of shit trailer. I want it to at least be nice, kind of nice, instead of just sitting in it like I'm sitting in a fucking padded cell with all just white walls. Dude, you're gonna go crazy out in the fucking desert in 125 degree weather in a fucking white. This is necessity shit. Everything that I'm doing is necessity. And my buddy's just like, so, are you done decorating your place? I'm like, dude, unbelievable. And so whatever. But this isn't one of my normie friends that just doesn't understand any of this shit and doesn't want to. Doesn't understand why I prefer living out semi off grid, as far away from people as possible. This friend of mine, he lives in a city. And so he just doesn't get any of this that I'm doing at all. And it's just hilarious. So how's it coming along decorating your place? I'm just like, oh my God, bro. Like, of course, he doesn't get anything that I'm doing. So, but I guess in a way I can sympathize where people think that this is decorating. Because like I said, when the summer, 125 degree summer weather forces me to quarantine, I want to be in a place that I enjoy being in. Since I'm going to be fucking quarantined by the heat of the sun. And I mean, it's just like, dude, people are dumb. People can just be so ignorant, completely ignorant. But anyways, yeah. And so I try to explain all this in my videos because, so like curtains, like when I was talking about the importance of curtains, dude, you do not understand. Okay, look, see that window? That's got reflectix on the outside of the window, and look at how bright it is. Like the sun is coming in, like that shit heats up the trailer. That is heat coming into the trailer. So when I'm talking about like that green curtain, for example, this green curtain and how it's like the most expensive fucking curtains you can buy because it's made to insulate your window, to keep heat from coming in and to keep cool from escaping out. That's the importance of curtains. So when I'm talking about hanging fucking curtains, these expensive green curtains on my fucking thing, it's not decoration. Like, I mean, but see, this is the thing. These people, they've never fucking had to fucking live out in the fucking Death Valley where it's 125 degrees in the summer. They just don't get it, and they never will. And they'll never try to go off-grid. They'll always just keep living in these fucking cities. And then they'll never understand why anyone would do anything other than living in this. They just don't get it, bro. And it blows my mind. It just blows my mind how the ignorance of people, but whatever. And then these same people, they live in these cities, and then what do? All they do is complain about it all the time. Oh, the cities are so bad in the cities. And I'm just like, yeah, yeah. So, you know, what I'm doing with this trailer reminds me of the story of Noah's Ark. This is my ark, dude. This is my fucking ark. You know? Like, all this shit that I'm doing is for a very specific reason. This is not decorating. But, yeah, this is my own personal mini ark. I mean, whatever, bro. Right? And, you know, it's crazy, too, because, like, I was watching this video recently that was circulating, and it was some millionaire's bunker. Some guy who obviously was at least a millionaire, right? And he was showing off his bunker that he made. Like, he made this, you know, and it was like a mansion, an underground mansion. And it was his bunker. The shit hits the fan bunker. And it was like a little mini mansion, underground mansion that this rich cocksucker built. And he was walking through. Of course, he didn't show his face because it's probably Zuckerberg or some cunt. But he was walking through his expensive, like, million, you know, several $1 million bunker, right? He was walking through and showing off everything. And it was, and it inspired me. Like, when he was showing it off, he was scanning about, right? And you see, like, all these Blu-rays. You see, he's got this massive library of Blu-rays and a TV. And he shows off, like, all of this. He shows off his massive entertainment center that's in his fucking underground bunker, his mansion. And you know, and it's nice, dude. It's, like, super nice. It's like a mansion underground. And I'm like, yeah, that's not decoration. What that person built is not decoration. That is a shit hits the fan, multi-million-dollar bunker that has all the amenities so that a person can live somewhat comfortably in a shit hits the fan scenario. That is what I am doing here. That's what this is. That's what my project is. This is my own private Idaho. This is my own mini shit hits the fan bunker type project. Because a multimillionaire will probably never experience any shit hits the fan scenario. Someone like me, our whole life is a shit hits the fan scenario. People like me, our entire life is a shit hits the fan scenario. Some kind of economic collapse, some kind of personal economic collapse, or some other insane situation. People like me, our whole life is a fucking struggle through a fucking personal economic collapse. Because the people that control the economy, they're fucking greedy cunts that want everyone else to suffer while they live in luxury. So you're probably kind of like me, where you are going through your own personal economic collapse, shit hits the fan scenario. So why would someone like me do this? Is this just for it's just for decoration. I'm just decorating. Like, I just can't believe, but anyway, whatever. So I could go on and on, you know. Anyways, so I'm going to continue. And the other thing that was funny, thinking about the story, Noah's Ark, the story of Noah's Ark, if you know the story. Now, again, I must make the disclaimer. I'm not saying this to preach to people the Bible. So, I don't know. So many people shit the bed when it comes to the Bible. Like, it's just, I don't get it. It doesn't. But anyways, the story of Noah's Ark, when Noah's building the ark, you know what happened? Everybody thought he was crazy and was making fun of him. And they were probably saying stupid shit like, hey, are you still decorating your big boat that you're building? How's your decoration coming? You know, like, what the fuck? Like, and Noah had to deal with all that shit, you know. And then what happened? When the shit hit the fan, all those people that were mocking him, they all got swept away in the flood. And Noah was like the only one that survived because he was decorating, you know, decorating his, you know. So this is like my own little mini Noah's Ark. And see, like, you know, it's 125 degrees. It's going to be 125 fucking degrees in a couple more weeks. Why am I doing this? Like, whatever. And the reason I'm in a geographical area where it's 125 degrees in the summer is because I don't want to be in the city. Because the cities are where all the retarded people are. And so, like, all these people, my friends, they live in these cities, they're just surrounded by a bunch of retardation. And they're, like, so confused as to why I would live out here. You know, why would I even be out here? You know, and I'm looking at them like, well, why in the fucking actual fuck would you want to live in a city? Like, this is the fucking, it's just like, I mean, it's just pure Sodom and Gomorrah. In every city across this nation is pure Sodom and fucking Gomorrah. You know, the streets are just plagued with fucking third world poverty. You got fucking hordes of fucking faggots running around swinging their dicks in front of children during the pride parades. And every other gangsters, hordes of gangsters. Like, it is total faggot central. Every fucking city nationwide. And all these people that live in the cities, they look at people like me and they just can't figure out why would you want to live out there where it's 125 degrees in the summer? Like, dude, if you haven't figured that out by now, then you are the fucking problem. Anyway, that's all I got for today. See you, boys.